Yo, 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 what's happening, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy BOJ. What's going on, y'all? Y'all tune in. Wonder if I can see the comments. Comments are not supported on private videos. Why is it private? Why is it private? It should be public. What's going on, y'all? Just saying what's up. Just want to come on and say hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all tell me how you doing. I'm trying to get it to where it shows me the comment. There we go. We got the chat. We got the chat going on here. What's going on, everybody? I just want to come on and say hi. I'm not expecting a whole lot of people to come on. This was not a planned visit or anything like that, but I just want to hop on and say what's up. I haven't been live in a little bit, and we've been going through a lot of stuff over here, off the scenes, on the scenes. We've been talking about the space. We've been talking about some things outside of the normal thing that we usually talk about as far as crypto passive goes. We haven't given up completely on crypto passive and these different opportunities that we see. We're still looking for some awesome opportunities in the space. Trust me, I get sent opportunities of different things every single day. But we have journeyed outside of the crypto space just a little bit. And that change has, I think, been good. It's given us some solid things to talk about in this space of online affiliate marketing and different things of that nature from companies that are that have been around and are poised to be around. Now, of course, we never have a crystal ball or anything like that. We don't know when platforms or opportunities or companies are going to fold. I don't think the majority of us know. That's just a chance that we take. And I think that that risk is no different than anything you could have out there. You could have a regular job at CVS, and one day they don't need your position anymore, or they've hired someone that they think is better suited for the job, or whatever the case may be. And the next thing you know, you're out of job. So there's always risk. There's risk in everything you do, but we try to find some things that will not only keep us a little bit excited about what's going on in the space, but things that we can talk about for some time. We know that if we're talking about it for a good amount of time, it must be doing something right, right? So y'all come on in, let me know where you're tuning in from, all three of y'all, wherever three of y'all at. Don't forget to hit the like button. That lets more people know that we've got a live going on here. And like I said, this was nothing planned or anything like that. I just said, it's 6 p.m. I don't got nothing better going on. I'm kind of sitting in the house, just in the office and chilling. And I figured let's just go live and talk to the people. Let's see how many people come on and say hi. I know a lot of people are going to see this later. That's just kind of how things go. And I just got a couple videos done of some withdrawals that we've done in the space, so that's good. We did some withdrawals from TRADIXIS today, SHAOBANK, EXBY, and there was a time where there was not a lot of things that we could withdraw from. It's like things were coming and going. But now we seem to have some platforms here that have lasted for a few months and have been doing some pretty cool things for us here on the passive level. We do understand that the morale of the space is low right now, especially because of some platforms that were really killing it last year that really just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. A lot of you know of a few of the platforms that we have been in that have just kind of fallen off, and some have said they were going to come back. So we've been watching, we've seen some platforms that we were in start to show that they've had lawsuits and different things of that nature. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. In Novatech now seems to have a lawsuit against them. So there's just so much that can happen in this space. And one thing that I always like to reiterate, and I do believe it's important to do so, as well as platforms may be performing at one time, you can never really trust the passive crypto space in a sense of which you're going to let go of everything you have. I just don't ever think that's a good idea. And we talk about risk management all the time in all of these different platforms. I want everyone to know, as much as we do pretty much just document the journey here at BOJ for us, it's very important that everyone understands the risk. Everyone, no matter where you're watching this video from, no matter what experience level you have in crypto, please understand that this is still a risky space. You can be a person that's not really investing in crypto platforms, but you're interested in crypto. And if you don't know how to easily copy a wallet address, or you think you have to input every digit, you could make a mistake and you could lose crypto in sending it to somewhere or someone or something like that. You could fall victim to a Telegram or WhatsApp scam that has asked you for your own information. And we're not just talking about wallet addresses, because there's a lot of platforms that ask you for your wallet address because they got to pay you somewhere. But we're talking about information like your social security number, and then of course asking you for cryptocurrency, asking you to send them cryptocurrency. And a lot of these people, they will pretend to be the admin of these different groups, of these different platforms, of these different opportunities, even fallen opportunities. They prey on the hope that people have that these platforms will come back. And they'll say that there's some kind of admin or something like that. And they'll take advantage of folks that just don't know the game. They don't understand that lingo, and they think someone actually is out there trying to help them. I remember one of the first platforms that I was in, it was actually the second platform that I had ever joined. I think it was called Cryptex Invest or something like that. And as soon as it started having withdrawal problems, I started getting messages on Telegram from people that claim to be the admin of these companies. And they would say, hey, we know that you were involved. We see that you had so-and-so in your account. We want to let you know that your funds are safe, and we will release them to you if you send us $100 in USDT or something, or send us $50 in Bitcoin, and we'll give you your account back. Or send us your login and we'll clear your account for withdrawal. So then they're getting in your they're using your login to log into your account and do things against you or try to steal from you. So we have to be diligent in those spaces as well. We can't be naive. That's why I talk about the Telegram man and the WhatsApp man. And of course, they could be men or women all over the world. It doesn't have to be just a man. But we've seen people and we've heard stories of people that just didn't know about what happens in this space and they get taken advantage of. It's already risky enough being involved in the platform the way that the platform works, right? But outside of that, if you don't know how the space works, then that could be some issues. So I'd love to know if there's any four of you that are out there, the four that are watching now. First of all, don't forget to like this video so more people know that we're live. But if you have any questions about how to manage your risk in this space, I'd love to answer them, because sometimes I don't know exactly what other people's hurdles are. And we understand that some people are just not going to get involved because the risk is too high. That is everyone's choice to make on their own. You'll never hear me say that you need to do this or you have to be involved with something like this or any of these platforms, because that's everyone's choice. I made the choice on my own to be a part of this space and to make my deposits when I chose to make my deposits. So all of those losses or whatever that's happened with the crypto that I've deposited, I eat those. I understand that before I decide to get involved. So if there's anybody out there that has any questions about this space, feel free to use the chat and just drop them in the chat. We're just on here having a good time tonight. Nothing too crazy going on. I do appreciate all of you that are tuning in. And if you have any other comments, anything else you want to talk about, any topics that you want to bring up, I'll, at least if I don't know about it, I'll let you know I don't know about what's going on and that. Maybe you can enlighten me. I'm just here to talk to the people. Like I said before, this was very impromptu. I didn't plan it. I didn't put out any blast or anything like that. Y'all know I just like to pop on every now and then, and it's the evening time. I'm sure there's a lot of you that are with your families. I hope you're all with your families. It's Friday night, y'all. Some of you are in different time zones. You might just be getting off of work or whatever the case may be. But we're just here to kind of shoot the breeze a little bit, have a good time. If you want to talk football, you can talk football. For those of you that are football fans out there, who you got for the Super Bowl? I know me personally, I don't have any dog in the fight right now, but if I had to choose who I thought was going to win, I do believe that San Francisco is going to win. And I am actually a Trent Williams fan. He used to be a Commander / Redskin. Well, he was a Redskin. So I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for Chase Young if he plays. They've been saying he's been a little lazy on the field, but that is what it is. I'm still rooting for him. Shout out to Montez Sweat, who was a participant in the Pro Bowl as a Chicago Bear. That is pretty awesome to see some players that we've been rooting for a long time get that opportunity in the Pro Bowl. So I know that's a little off kilter from what we talk about, but these are just some of the interests that I have. I'm a football fan, and even more specifically, I'm a Commanders, Washington football, Redskin fan. And I know I got my BLJ hat on today right now, but I got plenty of Washington hats that I can just throw on at any time. So, anything that you guys want to talk about, I'm just here. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to, feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from. And don't forget to hit that like button. All right. That like button does a lot for letting people know that I'm going live. So people will have the opportunity to chime in, decide whether they want to stay, I do appreciate everyone that comes on. And even if I'm just on here talking to myself, that's something I was prepared to do before I pressed that record button. There's a lot of reasons, I believe, to be excited. There's a lot of great platforms and opportunities out there right now that are promising opportunities. And of course, like I regurgitate all the time, we don't know the day nor the hour that these platforms are going to go. But the ones that have been cranking, they really have been cranking. One of the sleepers that a lot of people, I believe, have been sleeping on is this SELETTI PAM. For the low entry of 500, it's doing like 6-7% a week. And when we're talking about what we used to do with Novatech and all that different stuff, those different platforms that we had so much capital in, like crazy capital in. I'm telling you, I had over 200,000 in Novatech. So, when you think about how big we went in some of these other platforms and where we are right now, where we're, kind of putting in a couple thousand here, a couple hundred there, that's a lesson in risk management. Not to say that I would never get to the point where I'd have that much capital in the platform, but I may never get to the point where I have that much capital in the platform again. It just kind of depends on, where I am. Now, if I'm sitting on 50 mil, I might, you might toss, a couple thousand into a platform, maybe 100,000 into something that you really think you like. So who knows? That's everyone's decision to make on their own. With opportunities like SELETTI and TRADIXIS is doing great. SHAOBANK, surprisingly, I had watched SHAOBANK for a long time and just never got involved. I just kind of saw it as something I was like, I don't know that I want to really touch that. But then I decided, well, it's time to even further diversify. My platform list was getting a little bit slim. And I was like, well, what is still out here? What is still working? And SHAOBANK came across my desk as something that has been working for quite some time. So we decided to go ahead and jump into that. And that has been amazing. I mean, it started off with just the weekly returns that we would get on Thursday. And just recently, hope you guys have been tuned in. But if you haven't, they released some new bonds that are paying daily, ladies and gentlemen. So they're not like 1% a day, 2% a day, unless you get into some high amounts. But it really does add up over time. If it stays around, it really does do its thing. So, that's just some examples of some things that are great in the space. And of course, you have on the flip side, you have platforms that were around for a couple weeks and for us maybe a couple days, like Money Flow, and it's already having its issues, and they have to get a whole new website and domain. It's stuff like that. Now, granted, with Money Flow in particular, the entry was $5, and you really couldn't do more than that until you got to the next case level. And it didn't even last long enough for us to get to the next case. So that wasn't that big a deal because we only really lost $5, and I'm okay with that. Really, we lost like maybe 20, but that was just because I was trying to future-proof myself for the next case, just to be ready to after that 3 days, get ready to jump to the next case. For all of you that are watching right now, if you could do me a huge favor, press that like button, even if you don't like it, or press the dislike button, whatever you want to do. But press a button. It does allow people in the algorithm to know that I am live. And for the short time that I'm here, I'd love to answer any questions people have, field any comments, positive or negative. I'm in the mood to deal with it all. So, ask away while you got me live. I have promised over and over again that I would go live more often. And I just said, the best way to just get back into doing it is just press that live button and do it. And, whatever comes out, it just comes out. Whatever responses you get, that's the response you get. But for those of you that may be out there considering starting channels, I haven't really talked about some of the things that I've endured just in keeping a consistent channel. I've been a guest on a few different shows, kind of talking about my journey and how I got to be a 20,000 plus person on YouTube without really having to run any promotion. And that has really honestly come from consistency. We do have a comment in the chat, and I do appreciate the Smithology Project for tuning in. Thanks for doing the live, of course. And I'm glad you are here to watch it or be a part of it today. It always gives me some stuff to talk about when I got the Smithology Project that jumps in. For those of you that don't know, that's my pops. So y'all shout out to my pops. You know, he's the actual person, for those of you that know the story, he's the person that kind of encouraged me to start looking into crypto. You know, I had no real idea what cryptocurrency was. And of course, he's always been the pace setter for the family. So when he brought it to me, it took me a little while to understand, but it took this space, you know, kind of put together with cryptocurrency for me to really kind of get what the opportunity was. Had it not been for the space and some of the lucrative / risky things that are in this space, who knows how interested I would be in the crypto space right now. Even though there's so much good going on, there's so many different cryptos with so many different use cases that are going to continue to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not one of those people that think that crypto is going anywhere. And that's why I wanted to get on here and make a YouTube presence, because if I can get out here and you know, I can start learning, there's going to be a lot of people that are out there that may be at that same level as me or below me or even higher than me that find value in the content. And I've met some just flat out amazing people in this space. And I'd be messing up big time if I tried to name all of them, but they know who they are. And we've worked hand in hand through this space and in some other things outside of this space. So for those of you that may be just wondering, you know, is it worth starting a channel? I'm here to tell you, yes. Whatever your passions are, whatever you have an interest for, whatever you are willing to delve in on a day-to-day basis, or maybe even just a week-to-week basis, I think everyone should start a channel. And you don't need the bells and whistles. You don't need a whole lot of equipment. You don't need the fancy lights, or you don't need to always look the best. You know, I think a lot of it happens when you are talking about things you're passionate about. It'll show. The people will know, and they'll get that feeling from you, and they'll come back and watch. They'll, you know, regardless of whether they agree with what you're saying, if you come with a knowledge base or some information that they feel is valuable, they will watch you. All right. They will tune in. All you got to do is stay consistent. Be a person that they can count on doing content. I was reminded on one of the calls that I was on, and shout out to Anthony Deloach, who I got to be honest, he's one of the reasons I started the channel. You know, him starting his channel, some of you remember Qubit Life. Back in the Qubit Life days, I was doing research on Qubit Life, and I found another young brother that's out here doing YouTube videos. And I watched it, and I was like, well, you know, he's doing it in his own way. Maybe I can do it in my own way, you know? So that's one of the things that sparked my interest in starting a channel in this niche, because I saw that while there may be a couple people that are out there, there weren't a whole lot of people talking about this stuff. And when you see some of the numbers of people in this space and in these different platforms, like some platforms have like, you know, 20,000, 30,000 members, 100,000 members worldwide. You know, we're talking about right now a platform called Ton Booster, which is pretty much established so that it can raise the price of Ton through community involvement and transactions with Ton. Of course, is going to raise the value of Ton. The Ton right now is one of the fastest blockchains in the world, and you can look it up on Google. It is Google lookupable. All right. And the reason I brought them up is because Telegram has over 1 billion members right now. And if just 25% of the billion members that were on Telegram knew about the opportunity to invest in Ton, maybe the price of Ton would go up a whole lot. Who knows? That's just speculation. But in theory, you know, more usage means the price, it makes it more valuable. So y'all can tell me if I'm wrong about that thinking, but I think that's usually how things go. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate all 4 of you guys that are watching right now. If you haven't already, go ahead and press that like button. If you want to hit the subscribe button, you can as well if you haven't already. We're just on here kind of shooting the breeze. Anyone that has something to say, feel free to drop it in the live chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from, where you're listening in from. Like I said, this was not a planned live. This is just something I just felt like jumping on. I've been telling myself I wanted to do more lives. And, you know, sometimes the best way to just jump into it is to just do it. I had to think back to when I first started my YouTube channel, and it was just the decision to start and just put a video out there. You never know what it's going to do. You never know who it could affect. And I've always thought of YouTube this way. YouTube is like virtual real estate, right? Every video that you make, every video that you put out there, it is now taking up some space on the ether. And if it's watched a bunch of times, if you're a person that has a lot of influence and it gets watched, you can start to create income for yourself. And I've been able to see that from YouTube firsthand as being a monetized member of YouTube at 20,000 plus subscribers. And of course, the watch time, as you YouTubers know, is very important. We have been able to create another stream of income just on sharing these videos into the ether. And wherever they land is wherever they land. I might not get 100 views on this video, to be honest with you. This video may be my lowest watched live of them all. But you know what? That's all a part of the journey. And you can't be discouraged by it, because the action is more important than sometimes the result. Going to the gym. When you go to the gym, you're breaking your body down. You're making yourself sore. There's a lot of things that are going on to get that eventual result. But it's not just going to happen the first day you make the action. You have to continue to make the action over and over and over again and have some consistency. So it's been pretty cool. People are starting to notice that I'm starting to get myself together outside of the camera and different things of that nature. I posted a picture on Facebook the other day, or yesterday, and it's got a lot of reaction because it looks like I guess I've lost some weight, or I look good in a leather jacket, but all of that comes from working. For those of you that have been tuned into my Instagram, you guys have seen I've been kind of posting some motivational workout material that I've been, just kind of putting together, just putting out content. You know what I'm saying? That is something that I want to inspire others to just continue to find ways to continue to put out content that's going to motivate somebody, that's going to encourage somebody, that's going to remind somebody of a positive perspective, even if it's harsh, even if it's one of those messages where it's just like, get your ass up and go. Sometimes you need that. And some people can't take that, but some people can. I'm one of those people that can take a little bit of kick in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that extra motivation to let you know your excuses right now are very few. My excuses right now are very few. I'm an able-bodied young man. I've got a family to provide for. I've got people that I want to inspire in my close circle, and not only in my close circle, but all over the world. And I'm on a journey of doing that, whether it be slow, whether it be fast. It's a journey, and it's individualistic to every person. Every person is going to have their own journey that they need to go through to get to where they're destined to be. And I don't know where my destination is, but I am certain that I will not get there if I don't work. I'm certain that I will not get there if I don't take the right chances, or even take chances at all. Some of the biggest rewards come from just taking a little bit of risk and jumping out on faith a little bit, and relying, kind of putting your own betting on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm betting on myself every day that I wake up and get out and do my thing. Whether it be here or on stage, or wherever I am in the studio, whether it be my studio or somebody else's, I'm giving my best. And that's the commitment I've made to myself, not just in 2024, but going forward. I'm committed to being or trying every day to be the best version of me that I can be. And that's not going to make everybody happy. That's not going to be on everybody's well-wish list. Everybody ain't going to be cheering for me. And I'm well aware of that. There are some people that warn me right now about my role in this space and the risk that others take, and my responsibility in that. I've tried to be extremely clear from the onset about what my role is in this space. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm not here to try to paint some pie in the sky picture. Many of you that have been watching me know that I've been one of the biggest losers in this space. When it comes down to the final result, of course, there's been some platforms that we went and jumped in massively early, and the next thing you know, they're gone. There are some platforms that we have been in that we kind of inched our way through, and they were promising for a little while, and then they just started to do the slow pay, no pay thing, and really didn't give us a chance to see our full potential of what it could be. But all in all, I try to be extremely clear from the onset and just say that I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm here to be an example of a person that's on a journey through this space that may be learning some things quicker or in front of others. But hopefully the things that I experience in this space can show others the way and can teach somebody else. So that's what we try to do here at BOJ. We don't try to do anything more or anything less than that. We got 5 folks watching right now. I want to say thank you for watching. We've been on about 25 minutes. We're just kind of shooting the breeze, you know. Anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to drop it in the chat. I will ask everyone that if you have not liked this video yet, go ahead and like this video. Even if you're watching after the live, just hit the like button. I believe it does help the algorithm see the video as something that it can share with others, and others can be involved. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here for a long time. I'll probably be on here until about 7 p.m. unless it gets a little spicy in here and I feel like staying in longer. But I really just wanted to get in the habit of being live again and talking to the community. I know I'm usually on a little bit early. I usually do my videos when there's daylight outside, and I'm looking outside right now and it is dark. But that's okay. This is more for me, I guess, than for anybody else. So I do thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget, any questions that you may have, I'd love to answer them here in this forum. And what better way to get the live reaction to it? You know, there are some things that have been going on in this space. We are in anticipation of some things happening, some comebacks of some platforms. And listen, to be honest with you, this is not a space where we see platforms come back. All right. We really don't see platforms come back at all. As a matter of fact, we've only really noticed that platforms will do the talking, right? And sometimes they may show some numbers on the screen. But what we want to see is withdrawals. We want to see a crypto hitting our wallets. We want to be able to see the things that we were seeing when the platform is working. So I do understand when there's a lot of excitement or in the space about a comeback. But when we're talking about a true comeback is when you can start to see those numbers on the screen start show up in your wallet. That's a true comeback. And I try not to get so wound up in comebacks because one, we haven't seen them yet, but two, it really doesn't matter if we don't start seeing the result of a comeback. It can start showing whatever it wants on the screen, you know. And I think that there's I don't want to say that there's wasted energy in optimism, because there isn't. I think everyone should have a little bit of optimism, but I don't think it should hinder you from moving forward. I don't think that it should be something that creates a space in your brain that you're constantly thinking about it, because I don't think that's a good place to be in this space. All right. We have to kind of be fluid like water. We gotta say, hey, you know, drop a little off here, drop a little off there, go back and check on it as often as we can. But don't get so hung up on it. And if it goes over time and it starts to perform and do its thing, it'll show itself. You'll be able to do withdrawals. You'll be able to see those airdrops. You'll be able to do your withdrawals on Telegram for whatever the platforms that you're withdrawing from. Those things will start to happen. You'll see them because we've seen them, right? We've seen platforms pay out. So we know that the space can work for a time. But when it's over, it's usually over. So we're paying attention to those things. I'm not going to mention them all on this live today. But for those of you that know, you know. And we're going to continue to monitor those things. And I'm not going to be the one that says, I told you so or anything like that, because this space proves to me to be a very unpredictable space every day on the good side and the bad side. There are some platforms that I thought would for sure be done by now that are still indeed paying out. And some of them may be on slow pay, getting ready for no pay, but they are still indeed doing their thing right now. So I can't say too much about what platforms are and aren't doing when they are performing that way. So that's that. All right. Y'all let me know what's going on in the chat. Y'all got any questions for me? I know there's only 4 people watching right now. For those 4 people, thank you for watching, first of all. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. Press that like button if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we got a lot of good things going on, and we're going to constantly be bringing new things. I like to raise a question, and this question can be answered at any time. You know, what would you guys like to see presented on this channel? I know that I've kind of limited myself to things that I'm involved in personally, because I feel like the best way to speak on the things is, of course, be involved in them. And on the flip side of that, do people really want to hear about something from someone that's not involved? And I've learned that there are some people that still want to hear about certain things that the people are not involved in. Of course, people watch the news every day and they're not directly involved in every article that comes out or every news report that comes on TV. So we do understand that there are some people, but of course, in just, in making my main things my main things, that is a decision that I had made back when I started this channel to only really talk about things that I was involved in. But I'd love to hear, some of the things that you may want to see me talk about. May Morrow, shout out to May Morrow for your question. And the question goes, are you willing to share a PAM account that you might be interested in or have common knowledge of? Yes, I've actually shared a few PAM accounts. One of the PAM accounts that I'm in right now is the SELETTI AI PAM account, and that has been around, honestly, since the end of December. They had a launch date for most people on December the 26th or 27th. And that's been a PAM that is performing. It's been doing anywhere from like 5 to 8% a week. So that's been awesome to see. There's another PAM that just started in the 101 Moneymaker back office in their community. So that's another thing. And they actually did like 20% in one day. Now, that's not a guarantee of what's going to happen all the time, of course, but that's another one that has started a PAM. It also has a MyFX book that you can link to and see and watch and just kind of keep track of. And there's many different PAMs out there, but the main two PAMs that I'm in are those. LIQUIDX is kind of like a PAM. It's one that pays out every month, though. You get your return every month, and it's a more of a slow churner, but it's been around for almost a year for us here at BOJ, and it's been one of those slow churners for us. So there's plenty of PAM opportunities out there. You just got to be kind of in the know, of course, and some of them we can talk about on the public forum, and some of them we can't. I've considered having like a PAM account Telegram, but I'm not in enough PAM accounts right now to feel the need to do that per se. But the two that I say that I'm in right now, definitely the SELETTI AI PAM is one, and the 101 Moneymaker PAM is another. Those are two very well performing PAMs right now. And of course, we all understand the risk when someone else is trading for us, when someone else is doing the trading, then you kind of run the risk. I'm not a trader, so that's why I look for PAM accounts and different things of that nature. I haven't taken trading on as a trade that I wanted to really kind of learn much about. I didn't want to sit in front of the lines and different things of that nature. So I'm hoping some of these awesome traders that I know set up PAM accounts so I can just kind of put my money where their knowledge base is and where their expertise is. And then, as if it goes up or down, that's just the risk that we take, and we understand the risk. So I would never get like crazy upset. We've had a few blown accounts in our journey here at BOJ. So we're not exempt from experiences like that. All right. But yeah, those are a couple PAMs. And of course, there will be more to come. And as they come and we feel like they're appropriate for bringing to the space and to our channel, we will definitely do that. I'm still involved in some brokers that other people have found PAMs. And what's kind of cool about being in brokers like NVFX and FX Sway and different stuff like that, a lot of the people that joined under me that have found other PAMs in those brokers, I'm still getting a little bit of referral commission every now and then. So I might make an extra $20 every month from those different brokers and different things like that. So that's kind of cool. So there's also PAMs on there. It kind of takes you knowing where to go and what to look at, and maybe even having some personal relationships with some of those people. But awesome. I'm glad I can share that with you. And of course, stay tuned to the channel, because as they come, we're going to be continuing to bring them to you guys. So 1 second, I'm going to answer a text message, but you guys feel free. Any questions that you guys have, I'll probably be on for another 20 minutes. I love to answer them for you. If you haven't pressed that like button, go ahead and press the like button. It is going to help more people be able to see this video. So we want to be able to help them find it. Anybody else have any questions? All four of you guys, thank you guys for tuning in again. I don't take it lightly. And like I've been saying all Zoom or all this live, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. I've been saying for a long time that I'm going to do more lives, and I'm going to do more lives. So today was just me jumping back in the water, just getting back live and seeing what's up with everybody. Y'all come on in, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Even if you're watching the recap of this video, if you're watching the replay, just let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm trying to get better at responding to comments and different things of that nature as well. For those of you that are out there in the social media space that are interested in growing your social media, one of the things that I've realized that helps your videos in the algorithm, when you do get comments or even on Instagram and Facebook and different places like that, if you respond to the few comments that you get, make sure you like or love them and put a little response, whether it's just thank you or an emoji or something. When you put a response, it does help that get seen by more people. All right. And the algorithm starts to push your video out there because it's naturally more involvement on what you have posted. So if you're out there and you're posting content, don't be afraid to respond to people that type to you. You don't have to give your whole life story. You don't have to say thank you 50,000 times over and over and over, unless you really mean it. But just responding sometimes can make all the difference in what exposure your video gets. So just a little nugget for you guys out there that didn't know that. And that goes for YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that different stuff. Is there a certain amount of monies we have received or earned in cryptocurrency before they have to file taxes? Now, those kind of questions, I definitely would find a tax professional. I just looked up, I've been looking up a few. I've been kind of talking to some of my colleagues in that. So I can't really give any information on that. I'm not a tax professional, and I don't even want to tread the lines of telling you something that's not true as it pertains to taxes. Don't even want to be down that lane. So what I would suggest to anybody that has any tax questions, find a tax professional and get your questions answered by them. What I do know that is if you don't withdraw from your wallets to your bank account, then I don't believe those are taxable events. That's the minimum that I do know. But of course, for folks like me, we're constantly using our crypto. Some folks it's their income. So they've had to kind of talk to their tax professionals about how to handle that kind of stuff. So that's what I would suggest for you. I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're in the United States, for sure, talk to a tax professional and see what's going to work best for your specific situation. I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer to that question, but I believe that that's the best answer to that question. For anyone that has a tax question, make sure that you talk to your tax professional. I think that's the best thing to do. All right. Best thing to do. But thanks for being active, May. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you staying active and putting stuff in the comment section. It's giving me stuff to do. I'll probably stay on for another 15 minutes. So anybody that has any questions that you want to ask, go ahead and ask them. I'll be here to answer them and to the best capacity that I can. And then if not, we can just continue to shoot the breeze. We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about whatever you want. It's going to be a busy weekend. I may not be able to get on tomorrow because it's going to be a busy day. I'm back to gigging tomorrow. We've got an awesome corporate party that we're going to be performing at, me and my wedding band. So that's going to be kind of cool to get back with them and do that hit. It's always a lot of fun getting out there and partying with these folks and making their events, from weddings to bar mitzvahs, and events and everything in between. We have been an integral part of a lot of people's days over the last few years. So it's been an amazing thing, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And May, no problem. Thank you. You've kept me able to talk for this last 38 minutes. So I do appreciate you watching and dropping some comments in the chat. Don't forget out there, if you're watching this video, like the video. It lets more people know what's going on here, even if it's just to let them know that I'm just saying what's up. And I just want folks to come in and say hi. So y'all come on in and say hi. Ask whatever questions you may have, and I'd love to answer them for you. We'd love to answer them for you. Anybody have any questions? Y'all let me know. I know it's getting a little quiet over here. I'm responding to text messages and all that stuff at the same time. But I'm just glad to be back on live, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a hell of a journey that we've been on in this YouTube space. I've been talking a lot and um, also just trying to see how we continue and we keep pivoting and keep growing and keep moving forward. So I'm always going to be looking for new ways to reinvent and represent myself. Never afraid to do that. We have another question. You don't have to answer, but do you think Novatech FX will return? My answer is no. I don't think Novatech is going to be back. They've got a lot of heat on them right now, so I can't imagine a world where Novatech comes back. I kind of chalked it up in one of those in just a space where it's one of those platforms that was around for a long time, and there was a lot of um, interest in it, and there was a lot of buzz behind it, and there was many leaders. And because it had lasted for so long, we're talking about a platform that was around for years, ladies and gentlemen, years, and we hadn't seen that in the space at all. So it made it easy to latch on to it. The belief level was there. And while we never told anybody what to do here at BOJ about how they saw that, we indeed saw it as a good opportunity. And we had no real reason to really believe that it wasn't. But of course, as we learn in this space, no platform is safe from the SEC and all the powers that be. That if the government doesn't want to see something happen, they're going to do everything they can to make sure it doesn't happen. And there's going to be people out there they're going to aid in that. They're going to be people that help that cause, because that's what they're here to do on this earth. They're just here to help those causes. So that is what it is. But long story short, I don't believe Novatech FX will return. I do believe that there is going to be a process of receivership going on with that. And as I get more information, I'm going to drop it in. I'll probably do a video or something like that. But usually with receiverships and different things of that nature, if it does go through a lawsuit where they are successfully sued and they have to give funds to a receivership, that process takes a long time. All right. We're seeing it right now with the Mini FX. For those of you that don't remember Mini FX had a similar situation. They had a person that was running this company, and it was in New York, and he was convicted of whatever crime. And the receivership has the money, and they're supposed to be divvying out the money at some point to the members or the people that signed up for the receivership that can prove that they had balances. And I don't know that we'll be able to get a full return or things like that, but it's been a lengthy process. So I know that's a long answer to a short question, but no, I don't believe Novatech will come back. Prabin Gissing says, hello, do you have any idea about Armorbit's newly launch? And I think you meant launch instead of lunch, so that's okay. I have no idea what Armorbits is. I've never heard of that. And of course, there are so many different platforms in the space. Armorbit sounds like a spinoff of something else that had a bit or armor or whatever. But any information you can send to my email. My email is in the description below every video. It's bankofgerald@protonmail.com. You can go ahead and send it to me there, and I can take a look at it. And of course, if I'm interested in it, I'll get back to you. If it looks like another hype or something like that, chances are I probably won't get involved. I haven't done a whole lot of hypes recently, and while they are fun, they are extremely high risk, and I haven't been on the extremely high risk side of things in this space for a while. So I'm not, to answer your question, I'm not too familiar with the ArmorBits launch or anything like that. Any information that you have, you can feel free to drop it in my email, which is in the description, but I have not heard anything about ArmorBits. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Prabin, and thank you for joining us today and sharing your question. We've got another 8 minutes here, y'all. 8 minutes. If you got any questions you want to ask, I didn't want to be on here too long, unless it got a little spicy and we started talking about some things here. But I'm just glad to get back into the swing of things of being live. I've been talking about over and over how I'm going to be more present on live and do more lives just to talk to the community, see where the community's at, answer some of the questions and just be a little bit more present with you guys instead of just jumping, throwing my videos on there and seeing who's going to watch it. I want to know who's watching. I want to know who's out there, where you're tuning in from. May, if you're still there, where are you tuning in from? Pabin, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know where some of my followers and subscribers are tuning in from, because that's just interesting to know. It's been a very interesting journey. I never thought I'd be a person that has close to 22,000 subscribers. And, that's just been a blessing, to be someone that is in many people's homes on a day-to-day basis, just kind of sharing the information that I have, which in compared to some of the smartest minds in the world isn't very much, but I don't take what I'm able to do for granted, and I don't take you guys' support for granted either, because it means the world. It really does. Everything that we've been able to do here has been amazing. How do we pay in one-on-one moneymaker? I didn't get the process. I'm very new to this platform. Well, it's very simple. As we talk about one-on-one moneymaker, it's very simple to make a deposit. And I'm gonna actually I'm not going to pull it up per se, but I'm just going to kind of talk it out based on what I can see. Of course, if you have a one-on-one money maker account, it should be fairly easy to make that withdrawal. All you got to do is sign in. All right. It's going to bring you to your back office, of course. And when you get to your back office, you're going to see a tab on the left that says make investment. It's very easy. You click one out of 4 options: BUSD, USD TRC20, USD BEP20, or USDT ERC20. You choose a package, whether you want to get into the 101, the 301, or the PAM account, and then you just type in how much you want to invest. And because it's tethers, it's very easy. You just kind of just put in what you want. The next page is going to should give you the instructions on how to make a deposit. Now, you have to have your crypto already on you in your wallet before you make a deposit. Of course, that would make the most sense. But it's very easy. And if you're new to platforms in general, most platforms work just like that. They will have a tab that says deposit or make a deposit. You choose what crypto you want to make a deposit in. And I would honestly, for all new people, make sure you find the frequently asked questions section. Okay. This is a space where you want to be as knowledgeable as possible before you make your first investment or your first deposit in any one of these platforms, especially on how to transact crypto, because you don't want to make a mistake, and then you don't want your expectations to be skewed on what the platform is at least telling you. There's always going to be risk in these platforms, and these platforms could be saying anything on their homepage. But there's a lot of great information like withdrawal limits and minimums and maximums in the FAQ, how long withdrawals should take. And I kind of take that to kind of gauge where a platform is in its health. If it's able to pay in the time frames that it's giving in your FAQ, then the platform is usually a pretty healthy platform at that time. If it's taking longer than that, then the platform could be having some issues and could be on the back end of its life. Now, we don't know that to be a complete fact, but over the time that we've been involved in these different platforms, we have seen the correlation in between. My boy, Ryan Lomax Glover from RLG Trading. Shout out to my guy. He says, in shape BOJ, smashing the gym, my boy. Now, listen, I would be lying if I said that, if I didn't say that I was inspired by my man, the G Trader's old pictures in the gym, man. He was cut up. And I know he's not that far from it now. He may not give himself too much credit because he's been through a lot. Shout out to my boy. I'm always praying for you, my brother, and your family. But dude was in some great shape. All right. And, I won't talk about, the stuff he had to do to get there. I know it was hard work. You can't get there without some hard work. All right. And that's what I'm understanding right now. I'm getting in the gym 6:30. Sometimes I'm going to the gym tonight because I just want to work off some steam. and kind of keep my consistency going. Of course, there's going to be some more content that comes from that, because why not? Why not just set your phone up and get on CapCut, take a video of you working out and let it turn it into something to help motivate somebody else, you know? But this getting in shape journey, because I'm a former athlete, one of the things that happens in our brains is we think we always got it. Like I could go on a basketball court and think I could still shoot a wet jumper. I can get into the batting cages right now and still think I can hit a 75, 85 mile an hour fastball like I did not too long ago for me. You know, this was not long ago I was doing stuff like this. You know, I even feel sometimes, hold on, I don't know if I've even shown you guys this. Hold on. I gotta show you guys this. All right, this right here, what I'm about to show you guys before I get off of here. I know I said I was going to get off at 7. What I'm about to show you guys is a legacy piece for BOJ, right? So you see the hats, you know, I'm already getting myself branded in merchandise and stuff going on. But this what I'm about to show you guys is close to me because of my love for the game. And I wanted it to, you know, all the lessons that I learned from playing football are very applicable in this space, and having a YouTube channel and having a business. It's consistency, is working hard. It's getting up and doing stuff that you didn't want to do. It's sometimes doing 2 days and 3 days and 4 days and working out over and over again. This right here is something that is going to be in my house when I buy it. I'm getting ready to actually put it in a glass encasing after I sign it. It is a BOJ football helmet. And this is something that I just bought the helmet, of course. It doesn't take, you know, just have a few dollars, get a helmet that you like, and you buy some decals. You can get custom decals. And for those of you that know about the Jackson State Initiative, the I Believe campaign that Dion started, I got a whole bunch of those in green, and I put the 23 on the back for the year 2023 when I made this helmet. And it just says Bank of Gerald on it. And I did this because this is a reminder of, you know, everything that's gone on in my journey on YouTube, and the work that I've put in, very comparable to the spirit and the work that I had to put in my athletic days. And I'm just really proud of it. I made it myself. So I'm going to sign it somewhere, and, you know, hopefully my kids will get this one day, you know, not to wear, of course, but to just, you know, say, hey, you know, Dad put in some work for us, and this is something that we can look at forever and just say, hey, this is something that Dad built and he was proud of. And so this is something I haven't really showed a whole lot of people, but the folks that have been to my crib, and this is something that I'm proud to present to you guys. I know it's not the best looking helmet in the world, and I look a little goofy when I put it on, but I just wanted to show it to you guys because it's something I'm proud of. All right. It is 6:59. Ryan Glomax Glover says, proud of you, bro. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. A lot of hard work is going on over here, not just in this space, but in real life. And I hope that everyone is out there putting that real life work in, because that's what it's going to take to be successful in whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's this space and or whether it's being on YouTube, or whether it's being a good dad or a good husband, or just a good person in general, a good wife, you know, don't leave the women out, or good mothers. You know what I'm saying? This is just something that helps me stay motivated, and it's a piece of BOJ that I'm sharing with you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. May Morrow said you love it. I appreciate the love. Have you got nothing from Ad Media? So I've got nothing from Ad Media, and of course I do have a Telegram group where I'm leaving all that information there. But we have not received any airdrops from the Ad Media or Ad Media Spend, or AMSIS, however you want to say it. We're still awaiting its comeback, but we're not waiting too hard, because we understand that platforms come and go, and this was one that we might have been excited about, but at the same time, it really left us hanging. So, you know, with it have been gone 5 months now, me at this point, I'm not holding out on hope that it's just going to show back up. I'd love for it to be here. Like, don't get me wrong, we built so much, and we were able to get quite a few packages ourselves passively. So I'd love to see it come back in the capacity that we remember it. But the actuality of it is we haven't seen it done yet. We just haven't seen it done yet in this space. And I would love to see it get done. So if it happens, Rashawn, then I'm sure you'll hear about it from somewhere. Even if it's not from me, there'll be a whole lot of people buzzing about it. So if you think you've missed out on anything, trust me, you haven't. All right. Just want to reiterate that. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like this video before you leave. It's going to help more people get involved in the conversation. I just wanted to jump in here and kind of get back in the swing of going live and being on here for some time. We are going to be having some guests. We're going to have my guy, Michael Mary. He's a CEO of this new card, this crypto card that we're going to be talking about either tomorrow or in the next couple. I'm probably gonna do my first video about this card tomorrow. So for those of you that are watching right now, you get a little bit of a sneak peek. This is gonna be like the American Express of crypto cards, ladies and gentlemen. There's gonna be a lot of different options that come up, and we're gonna talk about them because we want to be able to see what's involved in these different opportunities, especially these crypto cards that are going to enable us to continue to spend our crypto and use our crypto in real case situations. So for those of you that are looking for an option, this is an option. This is not going to be for everybody. All right. Just letting you guys know right now, the entry for this particular card is going to be $5,000. But when I tell you there's so much value in this, I got mine already. So, I already believe in it. But it's going to be the American Express of cryptocurrency cards. And while we have some other options that we will still be bringing to the forefront, we'll still be talking about, and this one may not be for everybody because this entry is a little bit high, but there are going to be some people that this is perfect for. And for those people, we want to be able to bring you an amazing product. We're also going to be talking more about the Mavi Global tech, the technology that's going behind the Flip Me card and all those different things that are going on with that card as well. I'm so excited about that. So we'll be talking about that with my guy. Tune in to TJ. He's going to come in. For those of you that know Todd, he's a great guy, and he's got a plethora of knowledge and information. He's actually been traveling to the different events of the Mavi Global Company. He's a leader in that, and we're so proud of everything that he has done in that platform. So we're excited about what's going on. There's so much good going on in a sea of bad. There are some good out there that is showing up, and we're excited to be able to talk about those good things as well. G Trader, yes, UK for the card. I do believe the card is going to be a global card. It's going to be a worldwide card, but we want to make sure whatever card we bring is a worldwide card. It has worldwide capabilities because people that watch us are watching us from all over the world. And we don't take that lightly. We want to bring you guys some good things as well, some good products and tools to have as well, because at the end of the day, we are all still crypto enthusiasts. We are all still watching the bull run happen right in front of our eyes, and there's a lot to be excited about. There's going to be a lot of new things coming up. There's going to be adoption coming from the banks. We all know the good things that can happen as well as some of the bad things that are happening. There is still some good. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you in all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the Wild Wild West, y'all. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, just make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, because if you get you, there's nothing I can do to help you, all right? Stay diligent. Stay vigilant in this space and in the comment section as well. I will see y'all on the next one. Thank you guys for tuning in on the live. And feel free to continue to drop questions in the comments if you like, and I'll get to them when I can. Thank you guys for your support, and I will see y'all on the next one. This is BOJ. Peace.